Hi there and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Bailey Alicanto Porto. These are a basic walkthrough on how to set up and operate the van as if you were coming on or off site. So starting off first, we have your black hitch head at the front, which you have to have pulled up, and then your black lever just here, which you have to have pulled up to wind down the jockey wheel. Though sometimes these will snap automatically up. If not, just put a bit of WD-40 in this part and you'll be sorted. However, you'd have that black handle up, it would snap down, press up that red button and expose a green ring. Then you know you're on. You have your breakaway cable just here. Legality states if you have an eye point it has to be used. If not, wrap it around your tow bar. Jockey wheel is just here, which is used to level the caravan. Now the jockey wheel itself does sit on the outside of the A-frame, and then it's just a case of winding it side to side. You have the gas strut handbrake, so to release, press in the button, pull down. Now with these, you'll hear that first initial click, but you have to pull it all the way back to make sure that you hear them final couple of clicks, as otherwise it will just roll back. Only slightly though. Then you do have 13-pin electric, so if your car does have 7-pin adaptation, make sure to bring yourself an adapter. However, you may lose a couple of functions such as ALCO ATC. 2 points either side and 2 points at the back, we have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself will come with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill just to make it that bit quicker. Do not attempt to jack up or level the caravan using your legs, they are simply used for stabilisation. Now we are using our test equipment today, so just here have the plug-in for the mains, nice and simple, plugs in, then has a little bit of a cap over the top. Coming around to the other side of the caravan, starting off first, we have your water inlet just here. So this is where your water pump will sit. This is what it looks like when it's in. There we go. So this works super simply. Pull out, push it back in, and then to lock it into place, press down the cap. Can't be removed unless you fancy snapping some plastic. You have this white cap to go over the top of the acroll to ensure that no nastiness gets in. Then at the bottom we have your strainer. Now it's crucial that the strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel to allow the maximum potential of water to come through. So we'll just leave that there for now. We're not going to pull any water through today as the caravan has just been fully drained off and it is rather cold at the moment. Then just here we have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice, clean and tidy. Then here we have your gas locker. Situated here you have your regulator. Now we're using our test propane gas bottle. I'd always recommend propane over butane just because it has a better performance in winter. Attached to it we have a black gas hose. Now black gas hoses run for 5 years, and as you can see this one's dated 2025, and that connects on to this regulator here. Hand tighten it as much as you can and then just nip it up using a spanner. You don't want it ridiculously tight as there is a washer inside the hose which can put too much pressure on it, causing it to crack and leading to leaks. So just a nice firm, maybe like quarter turn with your spanner. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist your gas bottle in the positive or open direction. Motor mover will be gone over during collection. Then just here you have these 2 ports, which is where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe that you can then feed into a wastebasket. That will be where both of your sink and shower wastewater will come out of. Just here we have your cassette. To remove it, press up on the orange handle and pull out towards you. Now this handle does also extend out and up, so it can be used similar to a carry-on suitcase. To empty it, what you want to do is twist this head to the side, open up that compartment. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing your vent button. Now my recommendation is to open up this compartment afterwards, feed in some fresh water, and again give it another bit of a shake and tip. Okay, then on this cap we have measurements in both imperial and metric, and that is for your blue chemical. blue chemical goes into this cap, twist it back on, twist the head to the side and push it in so that the orange handle sits behind those white teeth so that it can't be removed. Then just up here we have your flush tank. The flush tank itself has a capacity of 12 litres. However, I wouldn't recommend putting in any more than 10 as you don't want to overfill the compartment. You can also add a bit of pink chemical which works as a bleach without being corrosive and makes it smell a bit nicer. However, don't put normal bleach down as it will corrode the plastic. However, you don't want to travel with either of these too full, so just to the side have this little bung to drain off any remaining water. As mentioned, the caravan itself will be fully drained off before you leave with it. Then underneath your bed you have situated your onboard tank, so you can actually access it by opening up that compartment, but then you have this here which is your drain valve. So the drain valve has to point up for it to drain off and to allow water to come through. Flick it down and it will come through. Underneath your left hand side seat you have all of your trips. Fuses just here, all your trips in the upright position and all your fuses in the correct position as well. I do always recommend to carry some extra fuses in the van as well. Then underneath your right hand side seat you have your boiler just here, this yellow drain valve. So it's currently up, which is in drain mode. Flick it vertically and that will allow water to flow through to either the tap or the onboard tank itself. November to March have that up permanently unless you're actively using the caravan, and anytime you come off site give it a drain off as well. You then have this tab here, so that black tab, when it's facing in the direction it is, that is going straight from the acrowl outside to the tank, to the tap, whilst that will take it straight to the tank itself. So just have that flicked in the correct position, and then the one underneath the bed in the correct position as well. Then just here we have your main control panel. So lights up just here, it will naturally go grey so it doesn't disturb you whilst you sleep. You can set the time in the settings. This is just how long it's been on for. Then I can cycle through. I've got settings, access settings, press in on here. I've got a few different options. So display, sound, temperature, we'll change that back to degrees, notification, firmware, and save and exit. So save and exit, press in, and we're done. Next up, we have the pump select. So internal pump is representative of the onboard tank. Press in again, you get external pump. That is straight from the acrowl to the tap itself. Then internal temperature, 9 degrees, may slightly differ to that panel. Leisure battery voltage, so it says 13.6. However, the leisure battery currently isn't on, but I'm plugged into mains, so that is a representative of the mains power. So you've got them options there. You then have your pump button. So you press in your pump button, you'd have your water pump set up correctly outside, and then you'd either select the internal pump or the external pump. You'd first fill up either the boiler or the tank, come over to your tap, open up on both hot and cold, and let it run for about 30 seconds. Now what you're after is a nice steady continuous stream. If there's any coughs and splutters, go outside, check that the strainer's sat at the bottom of the barrel, the water barrel is full, and that your drain valves are in the correct position. You then have internal lights. So as you can see, lights on, and then you just use individual light switches. Then you have awning light on, so just go outside and you can see awning light on just there. So just a summary, that's the main power on and off button. That allows you to cycle through. That is your enter/select button, your water pump button, internal light, external awning light. Then just here we have your outer control panel. So this is your main screen here. Similar to that one, this screen will fade off. However, that light will still continuously stay on. So press in menu and you come to this screen. So first up, we have the house with the thermometer in it. That is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. Whatever you set that to, it will get to that temperature. Goes up to a maximum of 30 and works its way down. You can individually press it or press and hold it. Then just here we have your gas cooker. So as you can see, I have the 3 burners on just there. What you're looking for is this nice blue clean continuous flame. Now it may be a case that these will first light and then cut off when you first come to use them. That's natural, that's just the gas making its way through its system. Only different part is you do have the electric hob, so you just have to spin that to whatever mark you want and it will get to temperature. Everything else, press in on the dial, twist it to the side, press in your igniter. Now this is what the grill looks like when it's lit. Now again, similar to these, it might be a case that one side will light up and then the other side will. And then lastly, we have your oven. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. And there you can see the oven all nice and lit there as well. Only other real thing to note, you can travel with your gas hose connected to the regulator, but make sure the bottle itself is off. And you need to travel with this glass sheet down, but don't put it down until all these burners are cold to the touch. Then just here we have your toilet operation. So lift up the lid and you can see that it's shut there. Press in the button and you can hear that whir. That is the motor that pushes around the flush water. To remove the waste of the tank, press away on this handle, opens up the catch, pull it back towards you, as otherwise you're not able to remove the cassette. When the cassette is full, red light there telling you to empty. Then lastly, we have your Dometic fridge operation. So you can open these doors from either way. However, make sure that you do not try and open them in different ways at the same time. To turn on the fridge, press and hold in on this button. It will flash up and then go to its most recent memory. Then lights will come on inside the fridge. Press in the button once and then you're able to choose your options. So you have the amount of power coming in, your source, or some additional settings. So first up, 1 to 5, 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill the fridge the quickest. However, it does even take 4 hours on full capacity. Next, we have your source. So whatever is blue is what it's set to. So it's currently set to mains. If I select auto, that will choose what the fridge thinks is the best source to use, and then back out, and you can see it selects mains. So you have this battery symbol, which is representative of 13-pin electric, not from your leisure battery. It cannot run from that. Or gas. Now for gas, I wouldn't recommend using that until you've checked through all your hob, grill and oven, but you'll gently hear it tick in, and once it's finished ticking, that means it's lit. You don't have to do anything manually, it will automatically do that. And lastly, some additional settings. So you have the amount of light on this panel. Key beep, so when you press something in, it will beep at you. Ventilation just here. And then fast freeze. Press that in. It's going to prioritise the freezer. As mentioned though, it does take 4 hours for it to fully chill. That screen will naturally fade off as well. Turn it completely off, press and hold in, turns off, no more lights.